Hey guys, Drifter here. I've got some information for you about the Call of Duty Ghost multiplayer reveal. I've got a date for you. That's going to be August 14th, 2013 is when the reveal is going to be, and my understanding of the situation is that it's going to be at 10 a.m. in the morning Pacific time, which will be 11 Mountain, that'll be noon Central, and 1 p.m. if you live on the East Coast. But the really cool thing about this, the reason that I'm making a video about it, is I'm actually going to get to play it. I'm going to be among the first people in the world that's not a developer to sit down and play Call of Duty Ghost multiplayer. The reason for this is because of all of you that watch my videos, that subscribe to the channel or talk to me on Twitter, or more likely for those of you that have probably sent my videos to developers on Twitter to kind of get their attention. Word has spread in a positive manner such that they thought that I was worthy of an invite, because I was just going through my inbox the other day, and there's a lot of spam in the inbox, a lot of stuff I have to ignore, Viagra pills, whatever, and this thing pops up, says RSVP Call of Duty Ghost multiplayer, and I was like, oh, here's some more spam. They're going to try to get me to pre-order something through like a Ukrainian website with my PayPal, and I click on it and I notice that it's actually from somebody that I know at Activision, and I look a little closer and it has this image. It says, you're invited to the Call of Duty Ghost global multiplayer reveal presented by Xbox. It's going to be August 14th. Again, the Ghost multiplayer is the hashtag, and it came with a lot of other information. I looked at it. This is going to be live streamed to Xbox Live. I don't know exactly what's going to be streamed. I'm assuming some sort of presentation or demonstration, but ideally when I come back from Los Angeles, which on the 15th will be me, I will have been able to sit down and play Call of Duty Ghost for an entire day, because they booked up an entire day for what's called the hands-on section. So it's going to, like I said, be me and a bunch of other YouTubers playing, and what I intend to do for your benefit is I intend to test the game pretty well. I want to sit down, I want to play, I want to see what works, what doesn't work, how the engine has changed, how it handles this, how the guns feel. A lot of things that I would do on an in-depth or when I do in a new game. I'm going to sit down, I'm going to try to get as much good information for you as is humanly possible. If I had to bet, I would bet that I would be playing a somewhat restricted version of multiplayer that's only showing a portion of the guns and a portion of the perks or the kill streaks, and maybe 1, 2, optimistically 3 maps or whatever's available. As is typical for this sort of reveal, you're not going to see the whole package. They usually save some of that stuff for launch day. Nobody knows really what all the guns are into it until they're in the manufacturing version. And one thing interesting that you'll note there is that it says presented by Xbox. That means we're not going to be playing on any sort of Sony system. The logo right there is the Xbox 360 logo. So I would say realistically I'll probably be playing on an Xbox 360 with the game flashed onto the hard drive. Or maybe even more realistically, instead of optimistically, is that I will probably be playing on a dev version of the game, which runs off of a PC. This is something that people on Reddit went nuts about when this had showed the E3 pictures of a Microsoft employee working on the PC that was underneath the Xbox One booth. And the thing about that is that most developer versions of the games, they don't actually run on the console. They don't like burn their alphas and pre-alphas on disk and play them, or oftentimes it's just not worth the trouble to go through flashing the hard drive over and over and over again every time you make a change. They'll leave it on an emulated environment on the computer running more or less identical hardware and just play off the controller there to get a feel for it, because if something's wrong they can just fix it on the fly instead of flash, fix, flash, all that going back and forth. But optimistically, and what I hope I can be able to do, is that I will be able to play this on an Xbox One. I know that Activision and Microsoft are very close corporate partners, and Xbox and Microsoft in general pays a lot of money to get exclusive rights to these sort of events. So if they really wanted to go for the 2-for-1, like advertising double kill, 2 birds, 1 stone, then they would probably let us play it on an Xbox One, which would be really cool if I could sit down and play, a next generation game on an Xbox One way before it comes out, and then I'd be able to tell you guys, like, if it's good, bad, like it, not, whatever. Maybe a more realistic version of that is I'll be playing on PC again on an Xbox One emulator using the Xbox One controller, which still would be fun because I never really got to test the Xbox One controller on an actual computer. But the second part of this video, I wanted to actually describe the gameplay. What I'm using here is a sort of augmented subscriber recommended class. It was the one in the live stream that I couldn't do particularly well with because I didn't have Ghost, but I put Ghost on it and the silencer, and because the gameplay is about the Ghost reveal, I just decided to put all Ghost camo, Ghost, Spooky Ghost, and it kind of reminds me, I have a poop ghost in my house, or maybe a homeless person living in the attic, because me and my wife keep finding random huge dumps in toilets, and neither of us are at least claiming it. I know that I'm not leaving random poops, and I know that my dog doesn't poop in the toilet because he's smaller than the toilet. He can't even get up there. And we're kind of worried that some hobo might be living in our attic, or somebody's like breaking into our house to poop, because we keep finding random poops. Anyway, I got way off track there. What I actually had intended for the commentary is to describe the gameplay. The people that were playing are not entirely random. It was a clan of subscribers. They recognized me, and they kind of caught us off guard the first game. They beat my whole team, which was pretty bad. And we came back the second game, and we still used the same equipment. They were tack inserting, and they were going really hard. We were going really hard our way with, you know, our no tack insert, no target finder kind of. We're too good for that newbie stuff. But we did a lot of teamwork, and we managed to just barely squeak out a win here. This is what I would call a very good game. It was a very fun game, and at the end of it, nobody was questioning my sexuality or perhaps having relations with my mother. Instead, it was just good game. You know, can we play again? No, we got to back somebody out. That's cool. But again, getting off track again, I just wanted to say thank you to all of you, because the reason that I get invites to these events, the reasons that they think I'm worthy of showing this off to, is because of you. It's because you watch me, and by that proxy there is a desire to influence me positively in most parts, but it's still not something that I'm doing. It's something that you're doing. You're supporting me in this channel, and we'll say educational gaming, or the whatever it is that I do here. Educational gaming is probably a good way about it. We're going stats and numbers, and you guys have been tweeting out my information to developers and videos and other people, and I just see my own videos popping up in random places, and it's such a weird feeling, or getting recognized in public's a little bit of a weird feeling, but it's a good thing, and I just wanted to tell you all thank you for that, because if it wasn't for that, I wouldn't be going out to Los Angeles to play Call of Duty Ghost, and I wouldn't be at E3 or any of these other sort of cool events. So I would like to say that I'm very grateful, and the ideal situation is that I get to play Call of Duty Ghost, I get a good idea of how it's running, how it's feeling, I can come back, report it, show you all gameplay, and perhaps even more ideally, if I find something wrong, and I hope that I don't take this the wrong way, I hope that I do find something wrong with it, because no product is ever perfect. There's nothing ever made that's ever perfect. Maybe once you go through many itinerations of development and fixes, especially with a piece of software, hopefully I can find something that can be improved. Hopefully I can find something that somebody missed, and before the game even comes out, they can have it fixed and ready to go, because I'm going to be looking for things. I'm going to be, testing it pretty hard, because when the game does come out, I want it to be a good game. I don't want it to be dumpy. I don't want to tiptoe around and say that I liked or didn't like something to hurt somebody's feelings. I want to make it the best thing possible, because unlike all the other Call of Duty games, and I said I would never get involved in the promo and hyping and that sort of stuff on this channel, this one I'm a little bit more emotionally attached with, because I was fortunate enough to be the first person to leak the information and get called a troll for a couple weeks before the official reveal came out. And then I was like, I told you, and I told you, and I told you, and I told you. So I've been kind of riding this ghost train out all the way until the end. Like this game, very close. Tied score right there. We're taking the lead, but they're going to take B, if I'm not mistaken, either in this trip or one or two of my respawns back. The other guys are going really hard, and that's kind of a fun thing. I don't like playing enemies that are bad. But I don't like playing, I'll say, enemies that are good or competitive in a really cheap or annoying way. That we played a team previous to this when I was trying to use akimbo pistols, and once they realized that I was using akimbo and the rest of us were using submachine guns, they put on target finder, light machine gun, and lots of FMJ to shoot through walls, and they camped really hard, and it was really brutal to try and walk past all these lines of sight to get close enough to hit them with my akimbo pistols. These guys, I would say, were more like straight up brawlers. They want to come out and fight with us. They want to trade licks. They want to have gunfights, which made for really fun gameplay. It kind of reminds me of being able to play the be able to play Black Ops 2 at iFly Illini's house before it came out, because he was fortunate enough to get an early copy. And everybody that was playing was either a hardcore Call of Duty fan or some sort of press or YouTuber. So the people that you really don't like playing with, that sit in corners with Bettys and Claymores and try to 360 no-scope you all the time, they didn't exist at that time. So it was a much more fun game playing with that group of people, and it kind of reminds me, iFly Illini is also planning to come back to YouTube relatively soon. I think his date is a little bit before the Call of Duty Ghost reveal. I think he's coming back like the 10th of August, 11th of August, something like that. So you'll see more of him again, or hopefully not that much more of him. I've pretty much seen all of him after that video. I don't want to see any more. Getting off track here again. That's kind of all I got for you today. I hope you enjoyed the gameplay. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any suggestions about what I should ask or suggest at Infinity Ward, what I should do, what I should test, what I should be looking for, how I should play, any gameplay mechanic you want to see, something that you want to see some sort of a video about, I recommend that you leave it down there in the comment box. You tell me, or you tweet it at me, or you tell me what's up, and I'll honestly try to give it a go. I should have a lot of time to play the game, a lot of time to test stuff out, a lot of time to do many different things. That's all for the video. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you learned something useful. If you find it interesting, don't forget to subscribe. Drifter out.